Hi, Simon here, and hope you're doing well. In this video, I'd like to talk about trying to reset the computer back to factory settings and it did not complete. Here you can see that my Asus laptop is having this loop of restarting the computer and is stuck at 64% while installing the Windows. If you're getting the same error message that I'm getting here right now, then let's try to troubleshoot together and fix the problem. Okay, let me ask you this question. Before you reset the computer back to factory settings, was your computer running sluggish? Like slowing down, getting a lot of this circling wheels, and it takes time to open up the program. If you're getting sluggish on the computer and you're thinking that, hey, maybe I have too much junk or too much stuff in it, let's try to do a reset on the computer, hoping to speed things up. And if your answer is yes, then that might have been the cause would be coming from the hard drive. It's nothing to do with resetting the Windows and you're getting this loop of restarting, not complete and the installation. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that we need to find the cause, the main cause that is stopping the computer to finish the installation. There might be a problem with your hard drive. So the disk, it could be a solid state drive or it could be a spinning disk that there is a section of it that might have a bad sector on the disk. So when it comes to the bad sector and it's stuck at 64% and it keeps looping and trying to fix the bad sector, and that is what may have caused the computer for not complete the installation. Now, changing out the hard drive might be the solution for you. Okay, so let me give it a try on my case, changing out the hard drive and see if that would work. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is to turn off the computer. Press and hold the power button. Remove the charging adapter. And get myself a Phillips screwdriver. Remove the screws and change out the hard drive. Now, because I have an Asus computer that you might not have the same model as me, you could be having, you have a Dell or HP, then would the process be the same? Well, the main goal is it might be the same, that the hard drive that failed on you, and you might want to try to look it up how to remove the hard drive or replace the hard drive. So every computer has its own way of removing the hard drive. So I'm happen to have the Asus, but if you have a different model, try to look it up, but you get the picture. Give the hard drive a try, replace it, and see if that fixes the problem. Alright, once I've removed all the screws, the top screws are longer, the bottom 4 screws are shorter. Once the screws are removed, let me go ahead and try to pry it open. And remove the entire back cover. Alright, at this point you can see that I do have additional slot for additional RAM that I can add to it. And this is the secondary drive that I can insert. Now this is the main one, which is the M.2 hard drive. Okay, so let me go ahead and peel that little tape back and take a look if the hard drive is installed on this side. So I'll get my Phillips screwdriver. Again, I'm going to remove the screws. That is not the hard drive. Well, where did it go? Oh, right here. Duh. I apologize. I wasn't thinking straight. I wasn't paying attention to it. My bad. Okay, I apologize on that. That is not the hard drive. I thought it was a mini M.2 drive, but it's not. It's actually right here. So obviously it's is in here. So let's go ahead and remove the screw. Should I disconnect the battery first? Yes, you should. In fact, it's good practice to do that. But I do not remove the battery first. I just like to get straight to it. But it seems like this here is screwed in to the battery. So I'm just going to remove the battery for this purpose. There are two screws holding down the battery, and lift it straight up. The reason why I had to remove the battery was because this aluminum foil is taping onto the motherboard. I think it's to prevent the static coming from the hard drive. So yep, therefore I need to remove it. Now you can slide the M.2 out, and this is M.2 SATA. I'd like to see how large is the capacity on this one. For those of you who try to recover the data, if you're like, hey, I don't want to fix my computer, but I just want to make sure that I can try to recover the data, there's this USB adapter that you can buy where you can insert your M.2 drive and plug it into a different computer, and it would act like the thumb drive, like an external drive. So this is, how large is this? This is a 512 gigabyte. So 512 gigabyte M.2 drive, and I'll be replacing with the 1 terabyte. And I'll be using the SATA rather than the M.2 because there is a SATA slot here which I can install. So let's remove the screws. I wonder why would they add the weight. I'm surprised there's a weight in the back here. What is the purpose for that? To make sure the computer is balanced? Hey, if you guys know what is this thing doing over here, please comment down below. This is my first time realizing it, that this kind of metal piece is in the bracket. Why do they stay in the bracket? What is the purpose of this? I don't get it. This whole thing. No idea what this is. And there's a number too. It's pretty heavy. I would think it's to balance the laptop, maybe to add weight to the laptop. But for what reason though? I mean, you add more weight to the computer, that's going to cost you a lot more for the shipping and handling. So what's the point of it? And when you're peeling off that little plastic, I just make the bracket crooked. All right. Well, obviously they do not come with the screws. I need to find some screws to get this installed. I have the screws installed. Let's go ahead and slide this thing back. Okay, once it's in, there are two screws holding it down. So let's go ahead and put it back together. and the battery. Well, you may ask me why I did not replace the M.2 and instead of using this SATA 2.5 inch. The only reason is I do not have 1 TB available here right now at the shop. So I'm not able to fulfill the customer requirement. But I did mention that I would be installing a 1 TB 2.5 inch hard drive, and he said it is fine with that as well. So, but for your case, you might want to replace the actual M.2 for this purpose. Okay, so once we install the 2.5 inch hard drive, pretty much we are all good to go. My assumption was the hard drive that giving me that 64% loop cycle. That was my assumption on that. But I need to install the Windows and see if it would complete the installation. Now, I'm not sure if you want to stay for the process of the Windows installation, but I will still try to install it for the entire process. Okay, so let me bring the charger and as well as the installer file. So I made myself a Windows 10 installer USB. Let me plug this one in. Okay, so when I turn on the computer, it pretty much shows that it's Intel i7, 16 gigs of RAM, Intel graphics card. So let me kind of plug in my USB installer. I have this Windows 10 USB installer. I made it myself. If you do not have this, what you can do is you can go to Amazon and purchase one of these USB installer stuff where you can install the Windows. Okay, or you can go to Amazon to Microsoft website and make yourself one of those USB installer. So I have it here, so I'm just gonna press Windows 64-bit. It's funny they have this little wait here. Still interested to know what is the reason of it. Okay, let's click next, click install. Want to accept the license term, click next, custom Windows install, and you can see that the unallocated space was the brand new hard drive, 1 TB. SSD is listed here. I'm going to click next and let the Windows do its installation. So I'll come back. I will not be fast forward in this video. There's no sense of doing it. I just want to make sure that you can see from start to end the entire process, the window installation, and yeah, so I'll come back and talk more about the Windows installation once it's done. All right, we are almost getting there. Just give a moment or two. There we go.
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help. A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do. Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen. If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on Narrator. Okay, enough intro. Let's dig in. Your region is set to the United States. Is that right?
Yes.
Your keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that?
Yes.
Do you also type with another keyboard layout?
No.
Now let's get you connected to a network. That way you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible. How about the first one on the list? Want to use that one?
Skip for now.
Just so you know, connecting to a network now could save you some time later. If you want to get that out of the way, choose Yep. Type what you want to name your account.
All right, I'm just going to name it as owner for now.
Oh.
No password needed.
Hey, look, that's me,
I'm going to
Cortana.
decline Cortana.
Windows can save your spot.
I do not want.
These are the settings Microsoft recommends.
Accept.
Almost done now. We just need to get a few
You
more
bet.
things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
So we are pretty much getting closer to the desktop screen at this moment. We are just getting ready for you. And you're not quite done yet. You're probably about 90% done. The only 10% difference is you need to go to your manufacturer website and try to download the drivers, making sure all the drivers are up to date, the latest, the firmware and whatnot. So you might want to check the model on your computer, or maybe the service tag, serial number, to match and find the product description on the manufacturer website and start downloading the drivers. All right, as you can see that my computer here boots to the desktop screen. Pretty much it is all set up and ready to go. However, the 10% remaining would be the drivers. So I right click and go to device manager, and you can see that there are a couple of, well, more than a couple of missing drivers or on the list is being shown here. So you might want to check with the manufacturer website, or maybe you want to connect yourself to the internet and start downloading and update the drivers. Sometimes the Windows update would actually helps to install the driver for you. It will search for the best driver, and well, I wish you good luck from here. All right, so if you have any question, just comment down below. I do read your comments and I try to help you through the comments. And if you find this video is helpful and you want to show appreciation, please click on the YouTube super thanks and do some donation for me. I really appreciate for you for doing that. And thanks for watching. Good luck with the repair, and bye now.